Oh, hi there. Just caught me looking at my globe. I like to know a thing or two about the globe and history. Tonight I wanted to tell you about the famous Stoic and Emperor of Rome, Marcus Aurelius. He said he wanted to stay under the sheets all day, but that humans were meant to get up and do the work of people. But Marcus Aurelius was born 2,000 years ago, before a space company designed a mattress. Would Marcus Aurelius be okay with us laying in bed now that mattress technology has gone beyond that of his imagination or grasp? Most likely, Marcus Aurelius would be fine with you laying in bed. While we're on the topic of discussion of emperors, I wanted to just share with you all that thanks to modern technology, most of us can eat like the kings of yore. Buy some grapes, feed them to yourself. Put on your sweatpants, sit down, relax, enjoy the show. I certainly will be. Good evening and welcome to Standard Egg. I'm your host Dennis Dijon, and tonight we're making Indian beans. Get your knob of ginger and cut the bark off of it. Let's do this. I'm not crazy about ginger, so I just put a little bit. It's good for you. Just chop it up, doesn't have to be perfect. We should always be in a hurry when we're cooking. It makes cooking more fun. I don't like my garlic to be really finely minced. I like to get a big piece of garlic sometimes. Cabbage. I'm not gonna use a lot. I just want some cabbage because I have it. My eyes! Onions and garlic really, and then we can get the oil started. So, a little bit of vegetable oil, and then I'm gonna add butter later. I'll put it on like medium high, throw in my onions, sweat them a little, throw in my garlic, and then everything else can go in at once. I'm just getting into radishes this summer, so I'm just gonna cut it into slices and put it on top because, it's good for you. It's kind of refreshing. Green onion, just gonna go on top. So the base of this dish, it's really crushed tomatoes and yogurt. And then I would just put some onions and garlic and beans. So I got some cherry tomatoes. You don't have to add tomatoes, there's already crushed tomatoes, but it's kind of nice if you can get that bite of tomato in there also. And I'm gonna add these at the end just to get them hot, because I don't want them to mush and be lost in there. Lost in the sauce. And make sure you eat one. Oil's getting hot. Gonna throw in my onions. I do have a bit of cilantro, it's just garnish for the top. And you could use parsley here also, that'd be fine. Now last thing, I have some halloumi cheese. It's like a bread cheese or a grilling cheese. It's pretty hard and firm, kind of like a paneer, like a Indian paneer. So I'm gonna just cut this into chunks and throw it in there. Totally don't need it, but I love cheese. Cheese juice. Oh, super salty. I was not expecting that. Bread cheese isn't that salty. You want to know you got a piece of cheese in your mouth. Okay, so that's the first time I tried halloumi. It's squeaky. It squeaks in your mouth a bunch, so that's fun. Okay, now, typically in Indian food you would toast the spices, but what I did was accidentally get distracted by a fly, almost burn my onions, threw my garlic in raw, and now I have to add tomatoes so it doesn't burn. Like a cup and a half. Now I could throw in the cabbage, that won't matter. I made some chicken stock on my own this time. It's extremely thick. Look at this. Look at that. Now that is chicken stock.
Oh my gosh.
If you have chicken stock paste, then just add like a tiny pinch. See if you taste it. It shouldn't be salty. You should just want it to be in the background. And you can add a little bit of bean juice. I'm gonna throw in the cheese towards the end because I don't want it to melt too much. I don't know what'll happen. So I just want that to be hot. I want the tomatoes to be hot. The radish and green onions go on the top. Cilantro goes on the top. Cabbage goes in now. Put the yogurt in now too. Okay, grab yourself a spoon. It's kind of up to you, you know? Do you want it more tomatoey or more creamy? I'd say go with more tomatoey. So I'm just gonna add like a spoonful, see how it looks. Okay, well I just stirred it and got a big old clump, so I'm gonna use that. I think that'll be enough for me. Okay, this is Indian food, we gotta talk spices. Recipes will just have one of them more heavy than the others usually. I would say don't go too heavy with the cardamom, it's really floury. You can go pretty heavy with coriander or cumin. Mace is going to be pretty strong, but you're going to want to taste it. The mustard seeds, you're probably going to be able to do more than you would expect. And then anytime you use turmeric, you should use black pepper because to get to your body better. I'm not a scientist. Okay. It looks like Campbell's tomato soup sort of right now, so we'll see what happens. I'm okay with that. I really have like a quart of liquid right now. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Based on that, maybe you'll be able to discern how much amounts to use. Cardamom, and you start small, then work your way up. 1/8 of a teaspoon, maybe? Just when you smell it, you'll see. Okay, red pepper flakes, I just want a little bit of these, because I'm going to use a lot of cayenne. Turmeric, I am a huge fan. Paprika, I don't recognize it in Indian food that often, so I'm just going to do a pinch. Cayenne. Okay, pinch of black pepper. I have a lot of heat coming from other places. Coriander, huge fan, but I'm kind of tired of it, so just a little tiny pinch. That's what I mean. I'm just doing that much. Mace, very strong. It is really good, though. Kind of like citrusy nutmeg. Okay, need to salt this. And these seeds, you know, if you like it, go for it. But if you don't like licorice very much, I would be careful with this. I'm gonna do a lot of mustard because I like mustard. Yeah? Give it a couple minutes and then taste it. And then adjust as you need. It's gonna take time for them to kind of all blend in. Pick what you like, smell your spices, try everything out, and think of what you want to have more of, and try to feel it out. That's cooking. Might have overdid it on some of them. Don't totally follow my advice. Never totally follow my advice. Right now it's like spicy, bitter, it's hot, and kind of rich. This could have like lemon juice, lime juice, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar. I'm gonna go for balsamic, couple splashes. I know you already have tomatoes and yogurt in there, that's all pretty acidic, but I had a lot of oil, and there's butter, and there's yogurt, so it's trying to brighten it up a little bit. Alright, if you have some rice from last week, you could plastic wrap it if you want your rice to be maybe more moist, but if you're worried about microplastics, then maybe just don't do that. Microwave it for like 1 minute, and keep tasting, keep testing, keep trying, keep seeing. If you don't have yogurt, you could use like sour cream or cream cheese or heavy cream, probably even half and half. You know, you're not restricted here, like, have fun. Just explore with your food. If at any point you feel like you've overdone it and it can't be saved, just add a little butter. It was just a little too bitter, so I threw in a pinch of sugar. Food. Alright, it's time to eat. It's incredible. It's incredible. And it's healthy. It's beans and rice. It's so good. I did add some sour cream. It's my guilty pleasure, I guess. And I put a little drizzle of olive oil on the radishes on the top. Just you want to add variations to your flavors like that. And I did put a little paprika on top of the sour cream because I'm fancy. So this is really good. I hope you try this, actually. It's super easy. The squeaky salty cheese is fun in there. The cabbage adds some crunch. The rice just becomes like so spicy and so good. It's cheap, it's easy, it's good, it's healthy. It's Indian food. I forgot that how much cabbage cooks down. I would have put way more in because I really want that cabbage in there now. when you get a bite of that radish with a good olive oil, it just totally changes everything. Like, totally new flavor to the palate. Kind of erases that you've been eating the same, like, beans for a while. It just kind of changes that whole thing up, but it still fits in there. So I think that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I appreciate you. Glad you're here. Thanks for watching. Oh, Magic 8 Ball. Do I love my viewers? My sources say no. Do I want my viewers to have a good night? As I see it, yes. So I don't love you, but have a good night.